Hello, Martin here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and it's time for another DIY project. Now, I haven't done one for quite a while, so I thought I'd ramp things up a bit. Make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So what am I going to do? Well, I don't know about you, but during lockdown and everything, biking, as in pedal biking, has just exploded, right? So we've got loads of bikes. The kids got new bikes and we've got nowhere to put them. So I'm going to build a new bike shed. Now, I've got a feeling it's something that you might need. So this is going to be a really useful project. Now, in terms of difficulty, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would put this at 6.5 as that kind of level of difficulty of DIY project. It needs a few skills, but one of the things I love about any of these kind of outdoorsy projects is you've got to do it right, but there's lots of margin for error because it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? So yeah, and the great thing about this is I'm going to turn basically a bit of the garden, which is just rubbish, into a really useful area. So let me just talk you through what I've got. Roofing materials. Now, I really like this stuff. This is polycarbonate sheet roofing. The great thing about it is it's really strong, but it also lets light through. So it basically means that whatever sort of shed area you create, a shed, bike shed, whatever, it means that there's natural light when obviously there's daylight, which is going to cover most of the times you want to get your bike in and out. So that means you don't have to worry about lights in there. It's really good, it's really strong, it's really easy to use, and it's also relatively inexpensive in terms of roofing material. We've then got these things here, which are my main bits of the construction. These are 3" by 3" in old money by 240 centimeters long, and they are going to form the basic framework for my shed, and I'm going to put it up against the wall, so I've got part of it being constructed against the wall. That's really great because it means that I've got a support naturally there in terms of the wall, and that will really help me. Now, if you were having to construct something where there wasn't a wall, you just copy what we're doing on one side and you just duplicate that on the other side, so you don't need to have a wall to put it against. So we've then got postcrete, which is stuff that you put basically into the ground. It's quick setting concrete. That's what we're going to support posts with. We've then got a door. I actually had lying around, but you can either make one or buy a kind of door. I'm going to clad it in cedar. Now, cedar shiplap, just a thin bit of wood with a sort of shape on it. It's really nice. I've never used cedar shiplap before. It's the sort of thing you'd make a sauna out of. It smells delicious. So we've got cedar shiplap, which we're going to do around the edges, and that is it. Now, we are creating a base. We don't need a base for this. So all I've done is I've cleared the area, and I've also started digging a few holes because that's a really laborious thing for you to watch. So the holes are about that deep, and we're going to fill those with a post and then put concrete in them. So that's how it's going to go. So in terms of tools, basic tools for this one, you need a power drill, an impact driver, screwdriver, hole digging piece of kit there, spirit level, got a hammer, obviously, selection of masonry drills. In terms of attaching to the walls, I'm going to use a variety of fixings, and there's one I want to particularly show you. This is what's called a frame fixing. So this is going to go through, I want to make life as easy as possible. I'm going to drill a hole through the bits of wood and then into the wall in one thing, and then that will go through and support it. Those aren't things I really want to show you. I want to show you these, which are super duper. And this is a classic case of knowing what kit is out there to help you with your job. I can't even get to the packet. These are called concrete anchors, and these make life really easy. Because basically, if you look at that, okay, it's a bolt, and what you do is you drill a hole in concrete, breeze block or wall to the diameter of the smaller bit there. So it's actually 8mm. So you drill an 8mm hole, and then that has got like a screw on it, which goes and actually fastens into the concrete, just like that. Amazing things, these. Not expensive, but it means you can just drill one hole through into the wood, into the wall. These go in, fasten them in, very strong fixing. So that's about it. So that's our kit of parts. There's various other bits and pieces I'm sure we'll use. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I've got about 6 hours until it goes dark. So hopefully I can do it in that time. Let's get on with it. Just to say, I have started wearing gloves when I'm working because my hands have got absolutely worn out. Lots of things like this shiplap come in 2.4 metre lengths. So I'm going to make it 2.4 metres long. The smell is fantastic. It's going to go somewhere like that. I think you can go that way a bit. Okay, so here's the thing. It's all about adapting. Now, I've put in these posts here just temporarily to see what it would look like. Okay, so that's where they were planned to go. And I'm just going to stand in here and go, it's too small. I've got this horrible bit of rockery here. Why don't I just increase it slightly? The amount it's extra it's going to cost is one sheet of roofing. That's it. To put an extra 90 centimetres, so that would make it 2 metres 70 wide. Pain is to dig that out. Apart from that, it's early on in the process, and in fact I've dug these holes, that it's not the end of the world. So adapt. It's okay. Okay, so I'm going to revise my time estimate on this. Yeah, making it slightly bigger, digging that out as A, completely exhausted me, and B, it's just added to the whole thing. I'm not trying to do this to win any awards for speedy construction, so it doesn't matter, but it's just to say that you've got to adapt, right? And it's important just to take time. So I've got the baulks of timber on the ground here, just to lay out and just make sure how it's all going to work. I've decided to put these on here because then it enables me to put the tongue and groove boarding easier. So theoretically, I didn't need that because I could have just used this because that's going to actually be cemented in the ground. But you know what? I don't care. I've just got to work out where the 2 holes there are going to go. But in the meantime, I'm going to put the water in the holes here and then put the post-crete mix thing in.